presentation of challenges model first year 4th 2026 to 2027. Here is the flow of the presentation. Here is 3 points which I am going to talk about in this presentation. What was difficult for me, how did I try to solve it, and what do I still need help with. So difficult, 3 things I feel difficult in this model. First, do 13-hour timing center and do focus study, and how to manage work which I have to do. So first, do 13-hour timings. How to manage work which I have to do. Like if center in charge with any work, and I have also so much activities. So there I'm not able to understand how can I manage my work, means how can I do my activity also, and how can I with that how can I complete my that work which center in charge give to me.
Yeah, then you do. Yeah.
How did I
Other you complete then I will.
How did I try to solve? So for do 13-hour timing center, I said to do 13-hour timing center solution. I take out the solution. Do 5 or 6 days 13-hour timing center, and then I can sleep on Saturday. I can sleep on Saturday, and I can write also. I can take leave on Saturday and try to do 1 hour. And for this, do focus study. I'm try to do means only 1 hour. I'm not going to means I did not do 3 hours continuously. I did 1 hour, then again 1 hour, 1 hour like this. And for manage work and which I have to do, which center in charge give, and sometimes also it happened center in charge give to me the work, but I forgot. So for that I make a checklist in my Google notebook in my Google notebook on front page. I make checklist. I write all the works when he give it to me. And what do I still need help with? So for timing center 13-hour timing center, now I am doing I say to my mind, I have to, if I am doing 4 days, 5 days or 6 days
Now
13-hour timing center, then I can take leave on Saturday, and then I can sleep on Saturday. Means I want to sleep in the morning time. So for that I said, if I will do 13-hour timing center, so I can sleep 1 day in the morning. And now try to sit 2 hours continuously for focus study. Now try to sit 2 hours continuously. Yes, now you can.
no, I don't.
You don't have any question? So here is second presentation is learning outcome. So model learning outcome model first year 4th 2026 to 2027. Here is routine. So expense 24 hours, time per day, and total days 84 days. So total hour in 84 days 2016 hours.
Yeah.
So outcome is, I learned if our mind is already full with other things, so any more things will not go inside. The this is short form of a book, The Monk Whose Hold is Ferrari. So this learning I learned from this book when Julian Mental talking with talking with his friend there, I learned about this, and I learned about introduction to graph. I learned about nature's teaser, and I learned about think first before act. I learned this from comic book, and I learned about I can do running with fast walking in 23 minutes. And I learned about line graph and linear graph and how to make graph and about pattern of stars and I learned about do respect of others. I learned this from a podcast and do respect that person also who is working, who is doing work for you, and don't lie. Like I said, this is they means I learned don't lie to don't lie to anybody. And I learned about rational number, about sun, about stars and solar system, about simplification of decimal, and I learned about stars and constellation, and I learned how to convert a rational number in the standard form, and how to convert negative denominator in positive denominator, and I learned if I am focused, if you are focused, you can do work more. Means if I am like example of math, I learned from this when I am solving math questions. If I focused on that, so there I means in 2 hours, less than 2 hours, but more than 1.5 hours, I did 10 pages or 11 pages math solved. And I learned about Love Kush and Shivaji, and I learned you will become like as per you think in your mind, and this learning I learned from the monk who sold his Ferrari book, and I learned some Sanskrit word like Shah, Sa, Tat, and about line was planet name, and if any, and I learned if any work we are doing as a team, it can be complete in less time with focus. And I learned about Big Dipper, Small Dipper, Pole Star, stars and constellation, and I learned to think question as per answer, like means like there is in class 7th book in chapter 1st there is answer is already given, but we have to, as per answer we have to think the question what question can be. And I learned always take biggest goal. I learned this thing from a podcast of Sadhguru. And to be a wise person, you must be a wise person. This thing I learned from science book. And I learned this, your mind is a garden. If you do planting of bad things, then there will be bad things, and if you will do planting of good things, then there will be good things. And I learned if you are not speaking, you will be more focused. Like in my study, if I am not talking with another person, I can solve more questions. And in the seva also I realized that if I am not talking with another person, then on that also I can do more work. And control mind, and I learned about litmus as an indicator, and about acid and base, and I learned about red rose as an indicator, and how to show rational number on number line, and I learned about closure, commutative, associative property, and additive identity and additive inverse. And I learned about non-positive and non-negative integer, and about when acid and base will mix, then what will happen, and about neutralization. I learned about how to find rational number in between two rational number, and I learned about another indicator like purple cabbage, garlic, jamun, and about copper and gold wire, good conductor, and I learned about try to avoid bad addictive things like games. This learning I learned from a movie. And think Kashola in every situation, like light not there, bold star. There is example in our center, in the center. One day, you were also here. So there I think about and Wi-Fi was not working, and in that boat light was not there. Light was not there in that boat, and the Wi-Fi is not working. So there I think about Persola, and there I use Persola, and I take another boat. Means there I solved that problem, and I learned about how to assemble chainsaw machine, and I learned do not be lazy. If you will be lazy, you can't do anything. Like one day I feel very laziness, so there I did not complete my math solve, English, and any activity, and control mind, and about water cycle, and I learned to be brave in any difficult situation, like Rakhi Shawan. I learned this from a podcast. And do fight for your
Who
goals.
is yeah.
Rakhi Shawan. She's, I think she's a Miss. I think she's a dancer.
Okay.
I learned from Bharti's podcast.
Okay.
And do fight for your goals. Consequences is working for our mind. Like Sapne Hakikat, like I put it when I was monthly in charge. I put it consequences for Sapne Hakikat. If somebody will not do, then they have to do running in learning round. I think for me I put it 5 rounds. So I put it their consequences. I put it consequences for everybody, and everybody did Sapna Hakikat on time, on the time. But before
This month no MIC with that.
this month you are MIC.
Yeah.
And do not be lazy to do any work, and I can do one cycle of 3 hours focus study, because one day I'll be. And if I'm not talking with others, then I will. It is same. And I learned about GNV school, and I learned about how to do multiply of rational numbers, and about
Yet I want to talk about you at 3 hours for the in talent that you are saying you can't hit more than one
day I did all.
I can do one title of 3 hours for the
Yes, one day only.
उसका मतलब यही है कि आप ये तैरना चाहेंगे कि आप ये थी हैं कि आप ये टाइटल हर रोज आप कर सकते हैं.
Yes, I means not in that also. I take 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes or yeah, I think 5 minutes. Means I take break also in that also, and I was doing test 3 hours continuously, a monthly test. So there I did only, and if means only in test I did 3 hours. There I can do because I was doing one activity, and there I have no choice. I have to do 3 hours because monthly in charge said I was monthly in charge, and I said 3 hours continuously we have to give the test. And I learned about do anything with calm mind, like maths solve. Like if somebody gives me any question, like sentence charge give any question, in that if it is easy, still I cannot solve. Means if I know the answer, but still I write it their wrong answer. So this is the. But now if anybody giving me any question, then anybody can say anything like.